Yes, hello, good evening, each and everyone. Welcome again to the True Wellness Connection. My name is Claudine Salumo. I am going to be your host today. I'm so happy and excited again to join with you, and I believe you're going to have a good time together. Today, we are going to be doing a follow up on the show that we had last Tuesday. We talked about parenting teenagers, but today we're going to now talk about setting boundaries with kids. So I am not alone here in the studio. I have a guest that came with me so that we can be able to have a very good discussion. We just want to make sure even our own kids are not left behind, because we can talk about parenting our teenager kids, but it's so important for us to be able to hear from them. So here in our studio, I have on my side, there's Tehila Salomo. She's and Yada Salomo. They are not strangers on this show. They have been here before. So I'm just gonna ask each and every one of them to just send the greetings. Tehila, do you wanna send the greetings to the audience?
My name's Taylor. It's not my first time to be here. Kind of nervous to be here again, but hopefully we're gonna have a good time here tonight.
Yeah. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Hopefully, me and Taylor are gonna help speak for the teenagers that are out there having difficulties with their parents.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, girls, and thank you for accepting my invitation today. On the other far end, we have another lady. She's not a stranger. So her name is Elizabeth Brimo. She is one of the hosts on this Wellness Connection. Today she's gonna be one of the parents here, talking about the same subject that we started last week. Now today is gonna be even more exciting because we have our children among us to hear from them. Send your greetings, please.
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure being here today. And Tuesday is always a wonderful day for us at the True Wellness Connection. So we will appreciate it if dads can call their wives and moms to call your husband and sit together and call your kids. Get a coffee, a cup of tea, or water, and just try to go along with us. If you have any question, you can send it. If you have any contribution or comment, we will surely appreciate it. Above all, please like, love, and share.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Brimo, Mama Lizzie. So I'm happy again to have each and everyone here today. So without taking too long, so last Tuesday we talked about parenting teenagers. The desires of our heart to have a great relationship with our children. And we know, being parents, most of us coming from Africa, and the way we are brought up and the way we are bringing up our children here, sometimes we are finding a big challenges on how to understand each other and how to really have a home whereby children are having a good time with their parents, whereby children are able to understand their parents and the parents are able to understand their children so they can be able to have a good relationship together. It's the desires of our heart as a parent to have a home that we have a good understanding for our children. It's so sad sometimes when you are trying your best to guide your children and your children sees you as if you are being maybe the enemy of their life. It can be really very challenging, and when you see like what you meant for good as a parent turned for bad to the kids. So that's why today we thought it's so important that we know what does the kids think about us, because last time when we were talking or during our show about parenting teenagers, we talked about things that we think made the kids not really having a relationship with us. One of them is the authority that we have as a parent. Sometimes we do fail to have like kind of a common ground. We don't fail to have a good communication with them sometimes because we can only give what we got, but here we're here to learn together on how we can be able to understand our children in a way that will help us have a good relationship. At the same time, today we're going to be talking about setting boundaries too, because in a way that as much as we want to have a good relationship with our children, but we are still parents. We have been where they are, so we have things that we can use to be able to lead them and to guide them. So we have to be able to set the boundaries for the kid to be able to know my parent is expecting this from us. If I go sideways, that's where we crash and that's where the conflict comes. So we are going to talk about how can our kids be able to understand that when the parent are saying things, do not do this, do not do that, there is a reason why they are saying things. The intention for us parents is not to make our children upset. The intention for us parents is not our children to have a good time. Our job is to lead them and to guide them so that they don't fall in the ditch that we may have failed in growing up. Because we are raising them, protecting them from making the same mistake that maybe we made growing up that may have led us to be where we did not want to be. So you will see every parent, some parents sometimes they have a bad behavior growing up, but when they have their kids, they'll say, I don't want my kids to be like me. Because what I did to my parents, I did not really appreciate much. Yeah. I'll be able to guide my kids so that they don't do the same thing that I did to my parents. So today, having teenagers in the studio with us, I would like to start with Taylor. Taylor, I'm going to ask you a question. As a parent, we are really want to have a relationship with our teenagers. So I just want you to speak on behalf of any teenagers. I know you go to school, you do talk about the kids do usually come and they complain about whatever they don't like about their parents. We really want to hear from you. What do you think parents really can do to have a good relationship with their children? What really gets you to your nerve to the point you feel like you are so sad? Sometimes I will see when I talk to you, I will see like you are just putting your head like this, like, man, what should I do? I just have to take it. We just want to make sure we have a good common ground. What you do, tell us as a parent or any parent who is following us, who maybe have children also, have facing some challenges with you communicating or getting along. The mic is yours, Taylor.
Well, I got this question from my friend where her parents always ask her, her parents always have like a very strict rule about what she dresses or how she goes to school. Well, I think that parents should be very open to what kids want to wear, because what they wear could also show of how their background is with like how their personality is. Sometimes it can go too far, like if you're wearing something that shows your whole chest. I would understand why like parents would they would kind of freak out, like a father would freak out with something about that, maybe a mother too. But like sometimes like if you're wearing like a crop top on a hot day, some parents can get like really strict like about like a dress code too. So like I just don't understand why parents are just very strict about how kids dress. So that's what my question would be.
Thank you so much, Taylor. I'm gonna ask Mrs. Brimo to answer that question.
That question was answered beautifully, so thank you for that. Now, I just want to quickly come in to say that is where boundaries comes in. Boundaries on how you dress. So at home, I know your mom will have mentioned some things. In this house, this is the way you dress. Your leg mustn't show. If you wear skirts, this is the length that you are allowed to put on in this home. This is this is that. Now, she's telling you those things not because she doesn't want you to enjoy life, but she wants to protect you. It's for your own good. That is why most of the time, children doesn't understand why their parents are saying, don't do this, don't do that. What your mom is saying, what your mom or dad has experienced, you don't know anything about it. So most of the time, and we are advised kids to listen and obey first. Then you can ask questions. But mom, why did you ask me not to put on that top? You can see how hot the weather is. And your mom can say, did you see the chest, how huge the curves are? Or, you know. So then, when she said that, you will be able to understand that, okay. But the most important thing was when she said, no, you cannot put it on, you obey. So to parents, you need to set the boundaries ahead before the kids get into the age of those things. Now, in my house, okay, you have to come in this time. So, I remember when my kids were growing, we said that rule. If you are going somewhere, you need to come in this time. And if they disobey, they lose their device or a lot of things. So, boundaries are not for the children. Boundaries are not for you not to have fun. But boundaries are to protect you. Okay, for a toddler growing up, mom or dad will say, okay, David, as soon as it's 9 p.m., you are going to bed. Now, this child will be programmed as soon as he's 9, he's going to bed. Because he has been practicing it, he will get used to it. But if mom doesn't set any boundaries and dad doesn't set any boundaries, oh, the boy will sleep 9 today, he can sleep 12 tomorrow, he can sleep 11 p.m. the next day. And that will surely affect him when he starts going to school. So boundaries they're like invisible lines drawn to protect you. There are some houses that will say, we don't drink alcohol. Now, as the kids grow, they may say, oh, why don't we drink alcohol? My friend at school is just 9 years old and is drinking alcohol very well. Then their mom and dad can say, okay, these are the results of alcohol. When you start drinking, you don't get addicted at the beginning. But as you grow and you progresses, the addiction comes in. Now, when you start seeing the addiction, you will not believe it yourself at first. You'll be saying, oh, 2 bottles only. 2 bottles is good for me. I can still hold myself. But there are a lot of disadvantages in taking alcohol. So as soon as the boundaries are set, if the kids go to parties or they are invited, and say, oh, this is a beer. Oh, no, thank you. Ordinary water would be good, or soda. It's not for you not to have fun, but it's to protect you. That is why parents set boundaries.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your intervention. I think for those who are listening to us, they know that they understand that parent is so important that we set boundaries. So the children usually they know their parents, they know their values, and they know which button to press, and they know when when they are trying to insist, they will know that even though I'm insisting, this is what we stand for. So speaking for the parent, why does the parent cares how the children dress up? It's because you know the way we dress up represent our values. Mm-hmm. It's very important. Our values. When you're an African girl, the way you dress up should represent your values as an African girl. Mm-hmm. I remember one day we were going to church, and I think these girls, they know. When we saw somebody walking, these girls were like, because what they saw does not represent what they stand for, does not represent their values. So that's why when you say parents say, don't dress up like that. It's not like they don't want to dress up. It just maybe this outfit is not appropriate to the place where you are going.
Yeah.
If you are going to church or going to a party or going to Mrs. Elise's house, you dress up normal and comfortable. So you have to know how you dress up according to the place where you are going. So parents, let us just sit down and explain to our kids. Let them understand that, you can dress up like this, but this is what we stand for. In our home, this is what we stand for. Dressing up like this is good. Having a relationship is so important, and be open to with our kids, and the kids feeling free to tell our parents what they feel or what they think is what brings the relationship.
That's right.
Taylor, Yada. Sorry, I never know their names. So Yada, what else do you want parents to know? What else are other things that really get to the kids' nerve? That you think if these things the parents are not watching out, can really break the relationship between parents and the kids?
Well, it's not really a nerve. It's more like a sense of like growing up. Like I'm sometimes just like questioning. Like I see all kids my ages like getting into like relationships and like getting into like having like friends of the opposite gender that are more than friends, and I was like, oh well, I don't know if this is right, but it seems like it's very normal nowadays, and I just want to know if it's appropriate for kids our age to be having relationships like with the opposite gender, but like as in like boyfriends or girlfriends, but at the same time keeping it like respectfully, and like I was just like wondering like how would that make an impact on us, like how would that change how would that change our lifestyle, like what effect would it have on us if we had relationships of the opposite gender, as in BFGF.
Okay.
Well, we're just gonna say a little something before Mrs. Lizzie say something. I think last time on our show when we were talking about relationship, parenting teenagers, we said about it's good growing up to have a friend. A boy can be your friend. Your friendship should be based on you have to have a positive moral behind your friendship. Lizzie say about her own experience during when she was growing up. She say, I used to have a male friend coming home to do assignment with me, and she told her parents, that say, Mom, as long as you see a male coming home here, it's just a friend of mine that we do the assignment together. If I haven't tell you anything otherwise, just believe me, our relationship is all about academic. There's nothing behind that. So Sister Lee said that the parent believed me and they took my word for my word, and there was no problem. Again, it's all about the trusting relationship that you build with your parents, that your parent will be able to trust you when you have a male friends or that come home. And we talk about we don't like this friendship that is in the corner here and there. Whenever you feel that you can hide a friendship you have with a boy, is that because your conscience is telling you what you are doing is wrong. So you have to be free with yourself and know that. I know as you grow, you guys, you are beautiful girls. You're going to have guys that are going to love you. You're going to have boys that are going to like you. You just have to be able to remember that you love yourself more than anybody. That is one of the things. But I think you can have a male who can be your friends, but that friendship have to be defined. I think the other one have something to add on that.
Yeah, but like speaking upon teenagers, most teenagers or like people that are almost teenagers, like kids like my age, because I'm 11, almost turning 12, most people my age would say that like being in a relationship at this age, like with an opposite gender, would be like kind of like if you're very like close to them, it would kind of be like more it wouldn't be serious, as in like it wouldn't go like past high school, past like college, but most people would do that. Sometimes that would happen, but it wouldn't, it's not very like not very like common for that to happen, where you have relationships with other people that go fast from past high school and stuff. But like what if it was just like a respectful like thing? What if it was like just small, and like the furthest thing that you would do is go like is like holding hands? Like how would that be like a bad thing for kids our age or teenagers?
Okay, thank you so much, Yada. I'm gonna ask Lizzie to intervene. She's a teacher, by the way. She lives with teenagers at a school. She
Okay.
may have a way to
Okay. I like your question so much. So number one, we have something called sexual boundaries. Sexual boundaries. Number one, you need to know that you are the boss of your body. You are the boss. Do you? I believe you understand that. Which means this is your body. What you will do with it is with you. Now, there are some boys that like hugging. When they see, hey, Yada, they hug. And some boys will intentionally hug for more than 1 minute. So you need to tell them, okay,
set boundaries.
just tell them, I don't want hug. Can we do high five? Say it nicely. So you have to set your boundaries, or else lots of people will mess up with you. And before you can get it to say, okay, this is me, time will have passed. Because they will just say, just hug her. She doesn't say no. You need to learn to say, we are going to draw the line here. Don't touch me. If you cannot do high five, that is it. Now, we have friends that will be saying, oh, boyfriends are good, boyfriends are this. Now, boyfriends are, we have various types. If it's friends, I mean friends. Now, the boy may be so good in some subjects that you are not good at. And you may be good in a lot of subjects that is not good at. So you need to know that, okay, you score 98, next time I will score 100. Let's bet. Those are the friends that you should be looking for now. Oh, you score 100% next time. I'm not going to score 98, I'm going to score. You know, let it be healthy competition. Right now, your age is, I want to get A. I want to get A plus. I want to make my mom happy. I want to make my dad happy. That is your job for now. Now, some boys will surely come to you because most of your friends will have boyfriends now. But I will advise you, don't look at boyfriends now, because there will be plenty time.
Yes.
Oh, Yada, Taylor, plenty time for you to have boyfriends. But you can have friends. You can be so close. Okay, what are you eating? Oh, we are eating this. There are some friends like that. They are boys, but we are so close. But no kissing, no hugging, no caressing. As soon as you have boyfriend, these are the things that will be happening. Oh, can I see this area? They will start asking you some questions that you have to say no to, but just because you want to please the boy, you will say yes. And it's against your value. So before you get to that level, let the boy know, you see, my body is so precious to me. No touching, No, don't say anything that I will not be happy with. So you need to take your stand. I want you to get me where I'm not telling you not to have friends. But let's set the boundaries at the beginning of your relationship. There are some boys that will like you so much. They want to come to your house. They want to do this. They want weekends. They can say, can we go to that field together? Yeah, there is nothing bad in it. Tell your mom, tell your dad, oh, David wants to visit me this weekend. Will you allow him to come? If your mom say yes, good. Sit where everybody will see you. If he's holding your hand, there is something about holding hands. When he holds your hands today, next time he will start graduating. Did you see me moving? Little by little. You say, wow, you have a very nice neck. He will just give you a peck. And, you know, girls, you'll be like, oh my goodness. He made me. He likes me. I'm telling you, that night you will not be able to sleep. To be like, oh, wow, wow. There will be plenty of that. Okay? But right now, if you want to shake him. But holding hands, there are advantages there are disadvantages. If you want to hold your hand for a few seconds, maybe you are talking and you hold your hand, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds. Leave my hand. Why are you holding my hand? I'm your friend. I'm not going anywhere. Just say it jokingly. But because you are girls, you need to be careful. Now, you may have a friend that, oh, they hug, they kiss, they do everything. That is our own.
It's not your values.
Don't copy her, please. You may be thinking that, oh, she's doing it. Why can't I do it too? We are the same age. I'm 12, she's 12. Oh, nothing will happen. Don't say that. Because you don't know the kind of boy you will meet along your way. That is why some ladies, they will have sex one time and it's pregnancy. And there are some people that have been doing it for quite a while, nothing. So you need to maintain your stand, set your boundaries. David, if you want to be my friend, we will not do these things. You may not list it and you may tell him, no hugs, no kissing. Because all those little things, wow, when they enter into your head, they lead
in the wrong direction.
That it will get to a state that you will not be able to control it. So that is why sexual boundaries are so important.
So, thank you so much, Ms. Elise. You really say a very, very good point. You know, we always hear people talking about sexually abuse, you know. We all hear people that's going to the court, they sexually abuse this and that. Do you think they really went to bed and they sleep together? No. Because touching each other with an opposite sex is a sexual remark. So, and also one thing we need to be able to know, it's okay, your eyes can see. But when it comes now, if you start to say is hot, and that person that I say is hot, they start touching me, that's what happened. Okay, you don't allow any touching at all. You can be friends, you can say high five, you come home, it can be your assignment buddy, you can have a positive relationship, such as school related. But if you have to have those things whereby you are home, you have to change the way you walk, because David is there, is going to see you, you walk like this, because women, we are talented on how to attract men. You're gonna have to be careful. That's why sometimes even when we are dressing up, you don't want to dress up aggressively, because our body itself, when a man sees your body, they want to run after you. Do you understand? That's why you find parents, they are like, don't dress up like this, because when they look at your curve, your beauty, this boy may start to run after you, and sometimes you may not resist him. So to answer your question here, that it's okay to have a male friend, but when you talk about to this romantic relationship, that is going too far, because it's gonna lead you, because you're gonna have all lifetime. You need time to be a boss, whereby boys, they are wondering who is the boy who can talk to that girl. Everybody, I know, she's beautiful, she talks to everybody, she's very friendly, but who is the boy who can talk to that girl? And that's where the beauty is, and that's where the pride is. Those gay boys, like, some of the boys, the girls will be like, they are there, oh, don't talk to my friend. Like, imagine if you start to fight for a man at the age of 11. Oh, you'll be exhausted by the time you are 30. No. You need to enjoy your youth, young. You need to enjoy seeing those boys running after you, and you should just, loving yourself. Anything you want to add, the other? You understand it now? Yeah? Okay, Taylor, any other question?
I just have a quick question about, like, not boyfriends, maybe boyfriends too, but like maybe like just going to like friends' houses, because like I know you're very strict about when I want to go hang out. If I say, hey, can I go to Madeline's house, you're like, no. You I don't know why you always say no. I just like, I've known her for a long time. She gives me ride home every day from school. Like I suggested, maybe if you wanted to meet the parents, I'm just not sure. Like maybe if it was like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, I would understand if you wanted to meet the parents. But like, it's friends. They live really close. They live 5 minutes away. It's just, I don't know why it has to be a big deal just to go to their house, just to hang out for a little bit. So that would be my question.
Okay, Mama, can you go ahead?
Okay, that is a good question. Now, if your mom have set the boundaries of no sleepover, please honor that, because she has a reason. And I will give you my own example. I did the same thing with my boys when they were growing up, no sleepover. However, you can go to their house, spend 5 hours, spend 6 hours, spend 7 hours. When it's time to sleep, you come home. Now, there are lots of stories and lots of reasons why parents will say no sleepover. Yeah, there are some families that will allow girls, their daughter, oh, go and do this sleepover. But personally, if your mom say no, respect that. Now, I will give you this example. There were 3 girls. They do everything together in school. They're so lovely. When teachers see them, they like them. They move together. They do everything together. Their parents, they know one another. Everything. They go for sleepover together. They do everything. Now, this is not a good story. 2 of them doesn't like the 3rd one. And the 3rd one doesn't know. Because they talk together, they gist together. They can say, okay, which color are you wearing tomorrow? I'm wearing red. Okay, let's wear red. That is how close they were. Now, it happened in this Winnipeg. Now, 2 of them planned to kill the 3rd one in a sleepover. And they did. So now, since that time, lots of parents have been very careful with releasing their daughter or their son to go for sleepover. Now, I'm not condemning sleepover. But if your parents set the boundary that, okay, you can go and play, you can go and do, but you will come home to sleep. Please respect that. They know why they're telling you no sleepover. Because now, girls sleepover. I don't say all, but most of them, this is what they do. They talk about boys. Boys. Oh, that David, he's no handsome. He's always behaving as if he's handsome. And he doesn't know anything. He's just too dumb. Oh, Tyrell. Oh, Tyrell. Whenever the teacher mentioned Tyrell, my heart beats so fast. I like Tyrell. He's so handsome. He shared. He always give me this, that. That is most of the time. That is what they do in sleepover. Yes. And after they will sleep off. So, but you can talk about them in school. You know, you are still growing, and most of the time you don't really have anything to say that to talk about your classmates. You can do that in class. So you are not missing anything if you don't sleep. But if you go to your friend's house, let your mom know, okay, this is where I'm going. It's just 5 minutes away. Let her parents know you are you are coming. Let your mom know you are going. So that when they will look for you, they will know where to find you. So your mom setting the boundaries, please respect that. It's for your own good. There will be times she will allow you to go. But for now, you are still growing.
That's great. Thank you so much. So adding up on that, yes, as a parent, we say we want to have a relationship with our children. We want to listen to them at the same time. And we want to protect them. We want to keep them safe. Sleeping over raises some anxiety, as you say, because some people, and especially for us, you know, especially in the area we're living in, you don't know those people, they may be just against you. They just want to see how you die. Mm-hmm. We have seen, there's another, they tell us, they went for a sleepover. They plan to tell this kid to jump in the river. Kids, in their own kids, they can be crazy. Somebody can just be a racist.
Just and you will not know.
You will know. You are innocent.
Yeah.
They can just want to do you wrong, So speaking of having a friend, before I can feel free to let you go, even sometimes, once in a while for a special occasion, to me, I want to be able to build a relationship with the friend of my kids' parents, and which I appreciate you try to initiate me having a contact with one of your friends. And and I'll take a step, of course, and do that. Go and meet those parents so we can see each other. So even though anything have to happen, it have to be parent to parent. Because if the parent called me to say, hey, my daughter's coming to sleep over, I am accountable to protect that child. Yeah. Because I talked to the mom. That basically this mother entrusted that child in my hand to sleep in my home. Yeah. So that's why it's so important that we build a relationship with the friends of our children, so that both parents we can agree to the relationship between our children. So we have to be able to see the kind of parents. I have to take my time to observe the values of those parents. Are they somehow closer to my own values? Those are things that are very, very important. So somebody can be your friends. Okay, we wanted to have friends. Growing up, you're gonna have friends. Okay, and most of the time, those friends that you have in high school, you're gonna be friends. Speaking of boys, the boy that you have in high school, if you have a good friendship, those are the same boys you're gonna be together at university. Yeah. Now you'll be mature than the adult. I have seen people being friends in high school and end up by marrying each other.
Even from kindergarten.
So you need to build such a community around you of friendship. Friendship is so important. And does not have to involve the sexual approach. No. A boy can be your friend and they can love you for who you are without even having any idea that they want. Because I always tell these kids, girls and the male, we don't grow at the same time. A man grow very slowly. Because you are 11, okay? If you have your period already and you happen to have sex, you can be pregnant. Yeah. Very rare 11 years old boy can pregnant a girl. Do you understand? So when you see those boys at school, first of all, I already tell you, if you're in a junior high school, the only boy who can talk to you should be a high school boy. Then when you're a high school boy, it's a little bit mature because it's older than you. A boy at your age, like your classmate at school, you can play the fool around, but don't take anything serious with those boys.
Yeah.
Because you see they're childish in the way they talk. But women, we are women at a very young age. A 15 years old woman can get married, they start a family, look after a man, cook, look after a household. But a 15 years old man, boy, cannot be a husband and look after home, cannot.
Yeah.
So when you understand those principles, you're going to be looking at those boys at the school who are trying to hold your hand and say, hey, get your hand off me. Because you're not going to go anywhere with them. Do you understand? A boy that at least you can say you want to have a friendship that will grow into something. The only boys when at the age of 25, a boy and a girl when you're all age 25, now you can be all mature.
Yeah.
Because the boys, they grow up slowly. So there's nothing wrong having boys. Have a community of boys who are your friends. But you have to set boundaries of the kind of friendship you have. The competition have to be of how being successful at school. I always remind these kids, being a black kids, a black girls, your competition should be your education. Because you will find yourself, you are surrounded with, people. You have to compete on what you're going to bring on the table in that relationship. So important.
Okay, we want to say thank you to our audience. Thank you so much, Ajiboye Isaac, Mimi Bandera, Dr. Theo. Dr. Theo said our show is his favorite show. You made our day. Thank you. Mimi Bandera said, good question, Yada. So that is good. Now, this is a comment from Eric. He says, and if you go and hang out with your friends, your parent should be able to call you. And you should answer the phone call. No excuse not answering the parent's phone call. And that is so important. Now, if you and the boy, I don't want to say boy, but if he's a boy,
your classmates are boys.
if you go for, we are just going to Saint Vita to watch the movie. If your mom call, if your dad call, you need to answer that call. Or else they will be panicking. Oh, where is she? What is she doing? Oh, she's not answering my call the first time, the second time. So please don't throw your parents into unnecessary, what will I say?
Worry.
Yes. So please answer your call when they call you. It says no excuse not answering. They want to protect you and they want to be sure that you are safe. Now, I just want to add this, that a boy that tell you that you are the best, you are so beautiful today, may tell you tomorrow you don't really look good. Why? They are still growing. They don't know anything yet. When he tells you that, oh, you are so beautiful, you always make his heart beat faster, take it with a pinch of salt now, because all of you are still at a very tender age. Yes, you may be beautiful to him. Yes, he may be saying the truth, but boys will always be boys. Tomorrow, when he sees your friend, you say, wow, you are so beautiful. I've never seen anybody like you. And you will be looking at him that, you told me that same thing yesterday. So that is it. You can appreciate it. You can say, oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. But don't attach too much meaning right now. It may be 12 years old, maybe 13 years old. So Don't, because I really appreciate it, thank you. Just leave it at that. But if you not take it so big and say, oh, you told me yesterday that I'm the most beautiful lady, and you think that that is the way it will always be, no. Because tomorrow you may find somebody else. Or maybe he toasted you and you say no, and you find him with somebody else. Leave them alone. You need to grow up and appreciate yourself first. Like yourself. Like everything about yourself. Like you. Look at the mirror and say, wow, this is Yada. Oh my goodness. I'm beautiful. Just appreciate yourself. Look at your color. Your color is so beautiful, shining. Yes, you are growing. And the beauty, you are not beautiful yet.
Yeah.
Because it will keep on increasing. I'm not telling you that you are not beautiful now, but you will
The
still,
best is yet to come.
the beauty will still be coming out as you grow from grade 7 to grade 8 to grade 9. You know, now we parents, when we see the way we look when we were in high school or junior high, I say, oh my goodness, was I like this? You know, because as we grow, the beauty will start coming, and you know, by the time you are in grade 11, grade 12, the curves, everything is out. And you will now start seeing boys coming, and you will be looking at, am I the only one in this world? This one toasted me yesterday, this one is here today, last week, oh, they should just leave me.
And then who am I gonna pick? Because the big boss, you know.
So appreciate yourself first.
Wonderful, wonderful. I have a question for you girls. Anyone who can answer. You know, as I say that girls grows fast. They are all matured. Basically, they even control the boys. Have you heard from your school or seen girls fighting over a boy? A boy is sitting there, doesn't even know what is happening. And the girls, they're not sleeping. They're punching each other on social
About to
media,
kill each other.
on here, over a boy. Why did you talk to him? Why? Hey. Have you heard those kind of stuff happening at your school? And if it's so, what do you think, what do you see, and what do you think about it being a girl growing up and watching girls fighting over a boy who have the same age? Have you seen those kind of, and how does it sound to you? Anyone can answer.
Well, in my opinion, speaking for the ladies, I feel like we would, like, for girls our age, like, for us, we wouldn't be, like, doing that, because, like, it's not very smart, and, like, you know, like, boys aren't smart. They're, like, as you said, like, they don't know anything yet. They don't know what's going on. So, like, they're just there, and then two girls are just here, like, battling. I feel like it's just kind of, like, it's not worth your time. It's not worth your energy. And, you know, like, being jealous is also, can be a sickness, too. And I don't think it's healthy to be fighting over someone that probably doesn't even care about you as much as you do, because you guys aren't in the same level of maturity yet. So I would say that, like, girls my age are probably just looking, some girls my age are just bored, they have nothing to do, so they're just looking for conflict. That's what most people do, and I kind of understand that, because some girls are very, like, they're insecure and like seeking attention and stuff like that. So I believe, like, it's not worth your time. Just focus on school and studies, and then get first graduate high school, and then after you can be worrying, you can be like seeing, oh, there's some guys coming in, all right, but then, like, it shouldn't be a battle, because there's not only one guy in the world. There's a million other guys that you can be looking for. So, yeah.
Anything you want to add here, Taylor?
Well, I have an experience myself. I have a story. So I have a crush on this guy, and I have him as a contact on my phone. So this is also a topic with friends. Like, I know sometimes you can't just trust everyone. Like,
No.
some of your friends, they could seem like a happy person when they come to your face, but behind their back, they're really a snake.
Yeah.
So I guess I figured out that one of my friends are not the person that I think they are. I found out they're not trustworthy. So they go and tell a person, or they go and tell my crush, and, you know, he has a girlfriend. So
Okay.
he goes and tells the girlfriend that I like him. Then he sends me a text saying, "Oh, I heard you like it. Oh, you would never do. You would never. You're not my type. You're not in my league. I have this perfect girlfriend. You never fit in there. You're never as good and pretty as her." I was like reacting. I was reacting to that comment. I was like, who told you this?
Yeah.
Why? And then I realized, like, I know I have a crush on very nice guys. And I know that he wouldn't send this message. Then I had a feeling.
Take it from your
Then
mom.
I told my I told my friend, and she's like, that was not him. That was his girlfriend. She's like, that was not him. That was his girlfriend who sent the text. So I realized it was his girlfriend who took his phone to text me.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Exactly. So I'm just like, that's so immature, right? Like, how can someone be like? I would guess that person's so insecure, because if you're like, if you trust your boyfriend, you put all your heart into it, you have their passwords and everything. Why would you text someone else a seventh? They're in 8th grade, right? So they
Okay.
text a 7th grader saying, "Back off, my man! Don't do this. Like, you stay out of your league. You look." She called me a gremlin. She said I look like a gremlin. That's why she's like,
Beautiful
"Oh,
woman like you. She must be blind.
exactly." That's why I find that very mature, especially she's older than me. It was a very crazy situation. I mean, I was like, and then I realized, like, why should I worry about this? Like,
That's right.
she's just worrying about so much. Like, it was just a crazy situation. Now, like, I realized that person's just so insecure that they have to text someone else saying, "Stay away from my man. You can't do this. You can't do that. You don't look good as me." So that was the story I had to tell, and that was obviously a person who was either jealous or they were insecure. I don't know a person who would take their time to send a message. It was a long paragraph too.
Wow.
So they send a long paragraph saying that to me. So that was just like, that I guess that's a lesson for me.
That's right.
That's not to do that, because if I have a boyfriend, I'm not going to text someone else because I trust my boyfriend. I would trust them not to go to other people. And if they're not trustworthy, then I get any guy that I want. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. First, I want to appreciate you
Yeah.
coming to share with me. I congratulate you. Take a good job.
Yeah.
Coming to share with me exactly the experience you had at school. That's wonderful. That's very appreciated. It's part of the relationship I want to be able to have with you. So, speaking of that, it shows that as a woman, you have to have such a good self-esteem that you can't fight. Even if somebody comes to fight, you'll be like, whoa, okay. I'm not into this.
Yeah.
I'm not into this battle. And also, as I say, we have the eyes, we can see. You can see, say, oh, this guy have a big muscle. He's a handsome guy. But that's not mean really, I want him. But you can say this guy is a nice guy, and there's nothing wrong with that.
That's
You
right.
understand? Because your eyes can see, But if people come bring a battle, always stay clear from the battle. Because you can see those girls where they're coming from. Number one, they're insecure. Imagine you start to fight a text like this, you're in
Junior
elementary
high.
school, junior high. My God, you're gonna be those girls that end up by being depressed, end up by being anxious, start to worry who's gonna talk to you. You are too young to worry about those things. That's why your job at your age growing, you focus on your school, scoring well, loving yourself, dress up. My kids, I will dress you up. You look nice to the point whereby boys, they look at you and you're like, you can look at me, that's fine, but no, thanks. I am not on the market at the moment. But you look good. There is nothing that drives crazy men like when they see you looking good and you really don't care about them. Yeah, that's where your value is. That's where your treasure is in how you look and how you care for yourself and how you love yourself, how you believe in yourself. Then when the time comes, you're gonna pick the right. If somebody says, "Oh, you this," you stay clear. Never exchange word with another girl who is fighting for
That's
a man.
right.
Never. Even when a man say, "I don't like you," allow him not to like you, because that means you have made a wrong mistake.
That's right.
Do you understand?
That's right.
Yeah, it's okay. Sometimes you're growing. You'll be dating. Okay. One day you can date a guy and you wake up in the morning. As I say, most of guys are immature. Very mature.
That's right.
You wake up in the morning, this guy say, "You know, I don't like you anymore." You look at the guy, you say, "You know what? Where was I looking at you anyway?" Bye bye, have a good day. The way is too long. You understand? Thank you for sharing. Anything else you want to add for what the other day? Have you had any experience, you too?
No, that I can think of.
Because I remember growing up in the kindergarten, he told you, come to tell me, like, that was still hilarious. It's like, "Mommy, Mom, I have something to tell you, Mom." I told him, I said, "I have a boyfriend." And that was in the kindergarten. It was the cutest things of the world. But you should see his dad. His dad was like, "What are you saying?" I said, "Listen to what he says." That boy, are you in the same class today?
Well, no, he's
That-
in a different class, but like I remember this, what happened when I was in, I think I was in kindergarten,
Kindergarten.
grade two.
Grade
Grade two, yeah. And then his name was Travis,
Yeah.
and I was like, just so little, and then he was like, that's after I got fresh braids done. I redid my braids. I came fresh braids, and then I told my teacher, I have a secret. Show the whole class I got new braids. And then I put a hoodie on. I came in class, took off my hoodie. Everyone was like, "Wow, your braids are so pretty." And then after class, Travis came to me. He was like, "Oh my gosh, I love your braids so much. Do you want to be my girlfriend?" And I was like, "Oh, that's so sweet. Yes, I would love to." And I came home like, yeah. I was like, "Oh, my big boyfriend." And then my dad said he's gonna look for him or something because
You forgot?
that I have a boyfriend. And then every day my mom would be like, "You want to look like this, showing for your boyfriend?" And then she would tease me about it. And then eventually, I don't know, but we just started getting, we kind of got fake married in grade two. Like everyone was like, "Oh my god, Jenna has a boyfriend," like, and it was just a little thing. It wasn't really like too much drama. Like no one else really like liked him, and I didn't really like him either. I was just a little kid. I didn't really know anything yet.
That's
and
right.
then he pretended to propose to me, and then I was like, "Yes, I would love to marry you." And then we got married into the kindergarten yard. But then I ran away for some reason, but I don't know why.
You ran to me.
Yeah, I ran to Taylor.
Like ran
Yeah.
to me saying, "I got married. This guy's proposing to me." What do I say?
But then I was like 7 years old. I was like,
In grade
Yeah.
one, yeah?
I was like so small. I didn't know anything. But like, yeah, from that moment, I know that like eventually he was gonna stop liking me because he didn't like me for who I was, and I already knew that
Yeah.
Because
because
they're just kids.
yeah, he was the same age as me. We were just children, so he didn't really know much of it either. So yeah, that was the story. What happened?
And that is the beauty of childhood, because you just like her for that time, and after that, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, lots of people becoming their ways, and they want to focus on their academics. Now, I want to say thank you for sharing your story, because there are lots of girls that are passing through that, but they are not sharing it with an adult or with somebody that can help them. Thank you for sharing it. Now, you've learned one lesson. Not all friends are friends.
Yeah.
Now you can see that there are some people that they will say they are your friend, but they are snake. They are not there to be your friend. Rather, they are there to kill. Not like killing, but they are there to make you sad. So, you will need to be watchful. Be watchful of who you give your device to. Be watchful about who you will talk to. Be watchful of someone anytime you can say, "Oh, I really like Tyrell, the way he distributes books in class." If you say that to Yada, Yada will say, oh yeah, that is true. But if you say that to somebody else, they will be like, oh, that is nice. As soon as you finish, they will go and tell their friend, can you imagine? She said she liked Tyrell. I like Tyrell too. And I like Tyrell first before her. And you know the way girls behave. They will be using their hands.
And they start the attitude.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm.
So you will need to pick those you will share what is going on in your heart with.
Mm-hmm.
There are sometimes that you may not want to share with mom. We understand that. You may not want to share with your sister, but you will need to be very aware of who you will share with, because there are some friends that will use it against you because of their immaturity, their insecure. So you need to be very conscious of that.
And the other things I want to mention, girls, and to any other young people that are following us, you know, sometimes as you grow up, it's happening at school, soon you're going to be in the workplace.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Do not ever lose control because of what is going on at school or in your workplace, or what somebody have said, or what someone think about you, or the stereotype, or the way the attitudes. Because the girls, they have the art of having an attitude that want to bring you down. You are responsibility to set yourself up where you are. You're gonna have to tell yourself that you are never what somebody say or think about you. Believe in yourself, settle yourself, so that when anything that will say at school or at workplace anywhere will come from one ear to another one, you have to stand on what you know and think and believe in yourself. Because some kids, they'll be like, oh, I want to change school because, you know, this school, there's no many black people, there's no many white people, there's no many, they want to change school. No, when you want to change school because of somebody, that's a sign of weakness. No, you have to face people, and you know your stand will make them behave themselves, whether to school or at work. Even in the workplace, you may go to work, you work with people that who may want to make you feel inferior, who may want to make you feel like you did not graduate to the same school, who may want to feel like, you know, their skin color, they have advantage over you. My dear friend, you are all going to the same school. Okay, you are all Canadian, especially you guys are born here. You don't allow anybody to make you run away from school. In fact, let them run away from you. Do you understand? It's an attitude that you need to wear. Every kid that are following us, you need to have an attitude of self-empowerment in the way that no one is going to make you quit your job. In fact, let that person who does not like you quit the job. You stay there. Self-esteem is very important. Self-talk is very important. You are not what that person is saying. You're not what that person is thinking about you. You are who you know you are. You know, somebody says something about you, you are the one who's going to pick what to believe according to what you know. Because nobody knows you more than you know yourself. Do you understand, kids? We want to have empowered kids, strong kids that are going to strong emotionally. It's very important, because when you're emotional, when something does like this, you are affected. Somebody tells you that, like, you are affected. No, protect your heart. Don't be affected by. Yes, you can acknowledge that I don't feel right about this situation, but you're gonna have an approach that is positive, so that you can remain empowered and you can keep moving. But don't just ignore and you want to give up so that that person can win over you. No. If you don't like me, hell you. Go. I am staying here. You don't like me? You go. I am staying here. You are not going to make me quit. We don't want to have quitters girls. No. We want to have a society of strong women.
That's right.
Who can even face death with confidence. It's so important, because this world is so wicked. So many. Sooner you're going to grow up, you're going to start to date. You are dating a boy, the boy tells you he doesn't like you, and you shrink. that's the time you go put more makeup, you buy more things, and you become stronger. Okay? If that boy doesn't like you, just remember how much you love yourself, and somebody else is lining up to love you and to give you the best.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for joining us today. You brought, what will I say, a new view
Yes.
to our program today. So thank you so much. Lastly, just appreciate yourself. Then others will appreciate you. So that is my last word.
What's your last word?
It was a great time to share my story. I shared a lot with some people, but yeah, it was good to let my wings out and like share some stuff that I've been keeping inside too.
Thank you.
What is your last word?
One thing that people or children or teenagers or almost teenagers should learn is that not to focus on guys at your age and to be focusing on school. Even if you're already good at school, just keep getting better, and hopefully you'll find someone that's better for you instead of some little children that are just here around you, your classmates.
That is true.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Lastly, let us all parents remember that we need to try our best to create that a trusting relationship with our children, so that they can be able to come home and they tell us all what they think, they feel, what is going on. Is so important, because if they don't tell you, you will never know how to help them.
Yeah.
So we just want to thank you for coming, and we are hoping that next time we're going to have more young kids, more teenagers coming to tell us their story, because their story empowers other people. Because when you speak up, also you grow. So until we see you again next week on Tuesday, please keep watching the True Word Television, and also keep following the